At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Well, good morning to you all. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. You are watching Coffee with Krueger every weekday morning right here on Weather NorCal at 7 o'clock in the morning. How's everybody doing? What a beautiful day it was out there yesterday. Temperatures well into the 70s, and you know what? We've got more of the same today. We've got more of the same tomorrow, but that's not going to last forever. We do have some cooler weather in store for us here later on in the week. And hey, by the way, did you know today is National Retro Day? I don't know, I always think of the 70s when I think of retro, but you know, retro can mean any decade, I guess, right? So maybe you're out there celebrating whatever it is you're celebrating on the Retro Day, but a lot of good times, groovy times on Retro Day. Well, tell you what, let's get ourselves over to Krueger's Quick Cast here for your Thursday, February 27th. This is a quick look at your forecast for the day so you can head out the door and just get a quick look and get yourself ready for the day. Temperature of about 40 degrees right now in Redding, 41 in Chico, a little bit warmer in Corning at about 46. We've got 20s and 30s for the higher elevations, and for the coast in the low 40s. Here's what we have out the door this morning. There may be some patchy fog along the coast here. Otherwise, I do expect mainly sunny skies. Just a couple of passing high clouds here and there here throughout, especially this afternoon. But really, all things considered, yes, it's cold in the mountains, but not as cold as we typically are for this time of the year. Here you can see the satellite image, and if you look closely, you'll see the bottom of your screen there. A little bit of that area of low pressure spinning and making its way into Southern California. See how it's trying to push in some of those high clouds across the area? So that'll be the case this morning and this afternoon. And off to the left of your screen there, you can see the big band of clouds, and of course a big swirling area of low pressure in the northwest corner of your screen, or upper left-hand corner of your screen. You can see the area of low pressure spinning away. That is all going to be impacting us by this weekend. Now, there is a beach hazard statement. We talked about this yesterday, but it goes into effect today. It all is due to the fact that we've got a risk for sneaker waves along the coast. This is basically, just a warning that if you are going to be on the beach, especially with the kiddos, you're going to want to keep a close eye on them, or just go ahead and forego that plan, because that's a very dangerous situation, especially if the kids are playing near the water. It can be you can get a large sweeping wave unexpected, and that can catch you off guard and can be a very dangerous situation. So that's through tonight, as a matter of fact. Now, taking a look at Futurecast for today, you can see that marine layer, it is inching closer today, especially for Humboldt County and especially around Humboldt Bay is where I think we're going to see most of that fog today. If you're heading out to the ski park, should be a bluebird day. This is going to be your typical starting off with a firm surface, and then it gets a bit softer here as we go into the afternoon, as we start to see the sun warm that surface up a bit. The road conditions are all good, all clear here on I-5 and Highway 89. Here's what we have in store for us today. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s in the valley. Oh man, that's nice. Temperatures in the low 60s for most of us in the higher elevations. Some of the cooler spots in the mountains will be in the upper 50s. And we've got low to even mid-60s for some of you along the coast. How about tonight? Well, much like what we're seeing here this morning, I'm expecting mid to even upper 40s tonight for the valley, 20s and 30s for the mountains, and looks like in the mid-40s, excuse me, out along the coast. There's a look at the valley. Oops, got a little button happy there, so let's take you back to the valley. There you can see those temperatures are going to drop, about a 10-degree drop from Friday to Saturday. And here's what I'm going to say about today and tomorrow. If any of you see 80 degrees, I wouldn't be surprised, especially to the north end of the valley. That's both today and tomorrow. And then by Saturday, we're seeing at least a 10-degree drop, if not more, and then temperatures drop even more by Sunday. So I think we'll be dry for everybody through Saturday, and then Sunday you've got that kind of the main event with the rain, and there may be some showers going into early next week. For the coast, I put PM in there because, yeah, maybe late afternoon, early evening is when we will start to maybe see some of the showers moving in. That's also the case for the inland areas. But Trinity County, you'll be dry all day. And really, for all intents and purposes, it'll be dry all day for you on the coast inland as well. Again, it's not until late in the day that you see that potential for rain, but it's not until Saturday night, Sunday, that rain really moves in. Now, we're still seeing the chance for showers on Monday. Snow levels, by the way, they're going to be low enough that it'll impact your travel. There's no doubt about that. I'd say 3,500 feet is a good safe bet, 3,500 to 4,000 feet. So some of the higher mountain passes, absolutely, there are going to be chain requirements. You know, I'm heading out to Tahoe on Sunday. I'm debating whether or not I should leave on Saturday when it's going to be dry and clear roads, and just maybe see if I can get a hotel room for the night, because I've got it for Sunday night. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll have to keep a close eye on things. Yeah, of course, excuse me while I take a little sip of my coffee there. Snow levels around 4,000 feet on Monday. Still some lingering showers and snow flurries on Monday, by the way, and then we'll dry things out Tuesday. Forecast models, honestly, they're kind of all over the place here after Monday, and really even after Sunday. So we'll see what happens for next week. Wednesday, I've got it in there, but I may be taking that out. We'll see. Kind of going back and forth on that. Taking a look at Lake Oroville this morning. Doesn't that look nice? Finally, good timing. We're not looking at a pole. Oh yeah, looking off in the distance there, you can see some of the high clouds. Those are the high clouds I was talking about in response to that area of low pressure way to our south, pumping in some of those high clouds this morning. Beautiful shot there at Lake Oroville, North Forebay. Not much of a breeze this morning there. We've got clear skies out in Chico. This is Main Street Chico on Highway 32. Looks like traffic is looking pretty good over there and flowing smoothly. Looks like on Highway 99 at Neal Road. Plenty of sunshine. Just looking at some of those high clouds out there this morning. Let's take a look at Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive in Redding. Looks like we are seeing, of course, traffic kind of. From what we can see, I can see a few cars in there, what look to be cars. Who knows? Maybe the UFOs. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, the sun is coming up. And the sun is coming up earlier and earlier, isn't it? What do? We spring forward here shortly. A couple of weeks, actually. I don't want to think about that. We lose that hour of daylight. That's not fun. Let's not talk about that. That is such a nice, beautiful day. I don't want to think about that for a second. Today is Thursday. We've got our NorCal Ag Report, which is sponsored by our friends over at Lassen Canyon Nursery. I want to thank Elwood for his Kenny Elwood for his support of Weather NorCal, and of course the NorCal Ag Report. And this, it's kind of interesting. I came across these people. I was asking my wife what would be a good ag report for this week. And she was mentioning something about chickens and the chicks and all this kind of stuff and eggs. And so I Googled local farms in here, and I found this great, awesome family farm. And they're called Geyer Family Farm. And got a chance to speak to one of the owners of the family. And just a great family, too. You'll see when we take a look at this week's Ag Report, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal, and you are watching NorCal Ag, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. And kind of a special treat. This is kind of fun. So I am with Luke Geyer, right? And this is you're from the Geyer Family Farm.
Yes, sir.
So farms typically have animals on them, right? So what are the main animals you have on your farm?
We do chickens, goats, and cows.
Chickens, goats, and cows. Oh my,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the goats. You do goats. It's mainly just for dairy, though, right? Not for meat.
Yeah, we do all the mini lines of dairy goats. So mini Nubians, mini dwarfs, and mini Manchos.
Okay. And what's your favorite kind of goat cheese?
None. I don't partake
You
in the
don't do goat cheese.
dairy.
So one of the things that I find interesting, so you raise baby chicks.
Yes.
So you breed them, all of that stuff. So you've got the chickens, you got the roosters, the works.
Yep.
Tell us about that a little bit. What do you do as far as that's concerned?
So we have about 10 different breeds of chickens that we hatch out from spring to fall. And it consists of, collecting the eggs, and then we put them in our incubator for 21 days, and then we should have chicks after that.
And then you've got chicks. So we're coming up pretty close to that, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just getting going into our chick raising at this point in time, or hatching, I guess you should say. So we just started our incubation, and we should start rolling out some chicks here pretty quick.
Yeah, probably in mid-late March, right?
Actually, we have a hatch coming up on Sunday. So our first hatch is coming. It's a small one because the birds weren't really producing the eggs like they should with the weather and the photosynthesis period.
Yeah, that's
It's a
now you got me
tongue twister. Yeah. So they need a 12-hour light schedule and a high protein, and it's for them to be producing their eggs like they should.
Now, let's talk about that for a second, because we all know the big thing right now, eggs are ridiculously expensive.
Yep.
Are you finding more over the last year or so that more and more people want to buy chicks from you?
Yeah. I mean, there's been a big boost in our sales from it for sure. There's a lot of things that come with owning your own chicks that I kind of caution on too. But it's definitely something, if you're looking for just a few eggs here and there, something you can easily do. But when you get into a mass amount of birds, you're providing more feed.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's easier just to go buy the dozen eggs.
What is your take on people buying chicks for Easter? I know that that's kind of a big controversial thing. Do you try to limit?
You know, I don't. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Everyone has the right to experience life in their own way and live life. You know, just make sure it's an animal. Provide care for it to the best.
We have to remember that, right?
Yeah,
they are animals.
It's not just a little thing that you can come. It's going to live for. You know, I have some birds out here 10 years old, so
yeah,
it's a long-term commitment.
All right, so if people are interested in, if you know, people are watching this and they're interested in buying chicks or more of what you do, how can people follow you guys?
We're on Facebook and Instagram, and you can look us up on Google, Geyer Family Farm, and then it'll send you to my number, and you can talk to me, and if I can't answer the question, I'll get with my wife, because she does a lot of the chicken stuff for us.
Yeah.
But we'll take care of you the best as we can, but you know, that's the easiest ways to get a hold of us.
Well, very interesting. I'm so glad that we came across you. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me, and good luck with the chick season. I'm sure you don't get any jokes about chicks.
Oh, none.
Never.
None.
No, because you know I'm not all about the stupid cheesy jokes, that's for sure. Well, thank you so much, and we will see you next week for another Ag Report sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. That was so fun. And again, you know, getting, behind the scenes, you get to kind of talk to the family, and there really are just great people, down home folks here. And this is just kind of a side business that they do here on their farm. And they've really put together a nice setup that they have at their place there. And, you know, I've been kind of checking out their Facebook page and all of that. And it's really neat here. In fact, I'm going to take you over to that Facebook page so you can kind of see. Just check them out. Geyer Family Farm. Look it up on Facebook. They also have Instagram as well. If you're an Instagrammer, they have that in there, and they make regular posts. And you know, they'll probably keep you updated with what's going on with the chicks. Here you can see December 21st. It looks like they had some new chicks kind of coming out here, and so really just kind of a really great way to, you know, especially if you're interested in that or looking to buy chicks or whatnot, you know, you can follow them on Facebook or Instagram, and you can see what is going on. So yeah, be sure to give them a call if you are interested. Especially, you know, if they got hatchling coming out on Sunday. He said it's a pretty small one, so my guess is they're going to go pretty fast. But yeah, call them, area code 530-228-5641. Again, great people, great local people to support if that's what you want to do as far as getting chicks or, you know, whatever it is that they offer there. They've got other kinds of great stuff too, so be sure to check that out. By the way, also want to remind you that Ag Report that we've been talking about here is made possible and sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. I want to thank Kenny Elwood for his support of NorCal Ag Report and, of course, Weather NorCal. Weather NorCal would not exist, folks, if we did not have our advertisers or sponsors. They are what keep this thing going. And let's keep it going. This is a good time. I'm loving it. Coffee with Krueger, the weather updates, severe weather. There's no better place. And it's all tailored around you. I mean, who sits and waits for a specific time to watch any kind of program these days? Nobody does. And that's the beauty of Weather NorCal. It's all on demand. You can watch the latest forecast whenever you want, wherever you are, from your phone, from your computer, from your TV. You can watch it on your TV, YouTube, right? Or Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. And soon, is there something going on? Maybe regular TV. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to go into too much on that here, but we've got a few things going on in the background here as well. All right, so what do you say we get to, well, what some of you are saying here today and this morning here? We had Curtis saying, good morning, Mike and everyone. Beautiful day for a hike going to the Iron Canyon Sacramento River Trail. A few wildflowers out there too. Ooh, hey, Curtis, take some pictures. Share them on through the Free Weather NorCal app. Love to share some of those here for tomorrow. Kind of getting that taste of spring, even though it's not going to feel that way by the time we do get into the weekend. Got a couple of the people checking in here. We have got, looks like Sandra is saying good morning. We've got Dorothy. Good morning to you. We've got Jeff Johnson. Good morning, loving the pre-summer weather. Not so much the pollen, though. Yeah, I mean, I guess I haven't checked the pollen. I typically don't get too impacted until it gets really bad, so maybe there is some pollen out there. I haven't really checked. Stephen Cook saying, thanks, Curtis, for the hiking trail tip. Always look for ways to appreciate the river. All right, maybe you guys will see each other out there on the trail. You can introduce yourselves. You're here every morning with me, and, you know, be kind of cool if you guys met each other out in the wild. We've got Mark Olson saying, our chickens are laying great this week. So I learned that on average, chickens lay 1 egg a day. Sometimes maybe more, maybe 1 or 2. I think he said something along the lines of like 340 odd some eggs a year. So again, approximately 1 a day. But after about 11 years, apparently they start kind of slowing down a bit. Kind of interesting. We've also got Chrissy saying, good morning. I drive nights from Redding up 44 to 4,000 feet Shingletown. Always concerned about icy roads. Yeah. I'm assuming maybe for work during the week. You'll be fine this week. By Monday, though, if you're driving up Monday morning or Sunday night, yeah, you might have some problems. 4,000 feet Shingletown, yeah, that's kind of borderline. A lot of times, sometimes it's like it's raining in Shingletown, but then 3,500 feet, you don't have to go too much higher, and before you know it, you do have that snow. Okay, well, we are going to get to our deeper dive forecast here and get into it right now. And before we do that, I needed to mention another one of our sponsors. And Coffee with Krueger is made possible by our friends over at Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all your favorite slots and table games. Okay, temperatures out there right now, we're looking at about 40 degrees for Redding, 43, yeah, my mic is on, I was just double checking, I was wondering if that's the case here. 40 degrees for Redding, 43 degrees for Red Bluff, there's about 43 in Willows, 42 for Oroville. Low 40s along the coast, it's cold, but again, we've been colder. You know, the thing is, yeah, we're that time of the year still where even though it's nice during the day, once that sun sets, it does cool off pretty quickly. So that's essentially what we've got going on here. These temperatures, all of these temperatures, will rebound beautifully in the next couple of hours as the sun comes up and warms things up. Warming trend continues at least through tomorrow. We do have a 10 to 15 degree drop over the weekend. So we're going to see a pretty big drop in those temperatures. It'll be noticeable. And then next round of rain will arrive sometime around Saturday night, Sunday. That's when the main event will be here. But after that, we don't expect to see much more rainfall on top of that. But unsettled to start the next work week. All right, so there's the area of low pressure right here. This is actually moving off to the east. You may remember, even just yesterday, 2 days ago, this right here, these were kind of joining forces, right? You can kind of see it splitting. So you see that energy right here, and then it just, why is it all breaking apart? Because high pressure is in place. So this is exactly the scenario I was talking about, because all of this right here actually looked a lot like this. But this area of low pressure was up here. There was another area of low pressure dividing here, and then that's where they are right now. This, though, this is setting the stage for this next storm system because it's kind of breaking away a little bit at the ridge, and that will allow our temperatures to start to decrease by Saturday and Sunday. But this is what's going to be coming in, and that ridge should be gone by then and allowing that storm to move on in. Now, looking at Futurecast through the next couple of days. All right, here you go. There you can see by this afternoon, evening, looks like around Humboldt Bay, parts of Humboldt County, maybe seeing some fog developing later on today. Then we go through the day on Friday, and yeah, some clouds coming in again. Maybe that fog bank getting a little bit closer for some of you on the coast here on Friday. But look at everybody else. Beautiful, right? Plenty of sunshine. All right, that fog for Saturday morning, but there it is, Saturday afternoon. So even by 5 o'clock, this is barely hitting the coast, folks. So I would say that even the coast, you're dry through the day on Saturday. But by Saturday evening, Saturday night, yeah, that pushes on through. And there's going to be more energy coming behind that that's going to bring us more rain through the day on Sunday. Let's take a look at the longer range now, and there it is on Sunday. The main area of low pressure is kind of right here. It's moving eastward. Now, it's a fairly cold storm system, so I'm expecting snow levels over the weekend kind of averaging around 4,000 feet, give or take, depending on your particular location. So if you're traveling anywhere in those elevations, be prepared for chain requirements. You know, I'm going to Tahoe this weekend, leaving on Sunday. I probably should leave on Saturday, though, because Saturday will be dry. So for those of you parents that are going out to Tahoe for the state championships for snowboarding and skiing, do note that your best bet is to go up on Saturday, because by Sunday, it's probably going to, I would almost guarantee that you're going to be dealing with chain requirements as you're heading up to that region, because there it is, right? And of course, there's the rain for the valley as well. So we're looking at that rain throughout the day on Saturday, and of course for the coast too. Okay, then we go into Monday, and that storm system moves off to the east. So now we're just kind of dealing with the back side of that. But still, maybe a chance for a flurry or two in the mountains, maybe a shower for parts of the valley. It's very light though. And then now this model is dry Tuesday, Wednesday, really through all of next week. However, other models, like the European forecast model, is taking this storm system, and number one, it has it more to the north, right about here, and it has it over here by next Wednesday, Thursday, which would mean the potential for rain and snow for the higher elevations by the middle to latter part of next week. So it depends on which model you look at. So still some uncertainty once we do get beyond, say, Monday or Tuesday. But, you know, not all bets are off just yet for not seeing it, for rain, that is, through next week. But we'll see. Now, this is just taking a look through Monday. I don't like to go beyond that because sometimes the models just tend to overdo it. But here's what I'm thinking through Monday. Feel pretty confident in these numbers, actually. So the darker green, that's 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. Once you get to blue, it's 1/2 inch. So Chico, you're kind of in that 1/4 to 1/2 inch range. Red Bluff, about 1/4 of an inch, a little bit less than that southward. This is where we have the typical shadowing, by the way, and that's probably going to be the case with this storm. But Redding is in these two colors right here, so maybe about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch through Monday. There's a bit of a bullseye here in northern Shasta County. We'll see if that actually pans out. And then I would say about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, maybe even closer to an inch for some of us along the coast. And then our typical spots that don't see as much will be off to the north and east. So that's kind of what it's looking like right now as we go through the weekend, especially Sunday, Monday. Those totals are mainly for Sunday, Monday. So there you can see your lake levels. We're still seeing that slight increase, that slight rise for Lake Shasta, Trinity Lake, and Lake Oroville is actually seeing a slight drop. In fact, Lake Oroville has been seeing these really small drops here over the last week or so. But we look at the capacity, still looks pretty good. We look at the historical average, still over 100%. So overall, things are looking pretty good. Now, we're starting to see the Climate Prediction Center get a little bit more aggressive with the cooler than normal temperatures here in the long range. So looking at Redding, for example, you've got upper 70s for today and tomorrow, maybe 80 degrees for some of you. You know, I'm not completely ruling that out, but look at the drop by Saturday. Now, Saturday still dry, as I mentioned, but cooler, and even cooler by Sunday. This is the below normal temperatures we were seeing here on that Climate Prediction Center map, right? But we're back up closer to normal by the end of next week into next weekend. So cooler, but that could also help to support potential for some showers too. All right, taking a look at the wave heights for today, they're actually decreasing. That's good, but although there is a small correct advisory today. There is a beach hazard statement I talked about here. Not a good idea to be on the beaches, especially with the kiddos, especially the young ones, because these unexpected waves can be dangerous. And that's essentially what we've got here for today and even into tonight. Here's your marine forecast for your Thursday. North winds at 5 to 10 knots. There's that small correct advisory I was talking about here. There you can see your waves from the west at 9 feet at about 16 seconds. All right, so here's your forecast. Trinity County for today. Oh man, looking good. I mean, you want to go for a nice hike here too. Looking good. 71 degrees for a big flat. 66 out in Trinity Center, Coffee Creek. About 69 degrees. Showers entering the picture. Not Saturday, Sunday. All right, take a look at to the south. You can see about 70 for High and Palm, 69 degrees in Forest Glen, Mad River about 69, and Ruth about 72 degrees. Now for the north coast, all right, maybe late evening, overnight on Saturday, right? That's what it looks like there. And then of course that rain coming in on Sunday. 65 for a high today in Ferndale, 67 in Fortuna. Look at that, we're flirting with the 70-degree mark. For some of you. 70 degrees out, though, not flirting, making it there, right? 70 degrees for Blue Lake, 73 degrees out in Willow Creek, and 72 out in Hoopa. 66 degrees for Gas Key, 70 in Smith River, and Orleans. You'll see a high of about 71 degrees. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, about 69 degrees out in Horace Creek, 69 for Sayad Valley, and it looks like Gazelle, about 61. Scott Valley, you're topping out in the low to maybe some mid-60s. 64 degrees in Fort Jones, 62 for Greenview and Etna. That's also the case for Callahan. Central, eastern Siskiyou County today looks like in the 50s out towards the higher elevations up to the north and east. Upper 50s, low 60s for places like Weed and Mount Shasta. Here's your Modoc County neighborhood forecast for today. Temperatures upper 50s to low 60s. There's your 7-day forecast. Dry through Saturday. By Sunday, there's that rain. Now look at the snow. 4,500 feet. So at times, maybe all snow in Alturas, at times a bit of a mix. That's for Monday and also maybe next Wednesday. Taking to the eastern mountains, we got 69 from Montgomery Creek, 70 in Paynes Creek, Shingletown, about 67 degrees, and Viola about 62. Bernie, you'll be looking at that chance for rain, maybe a bit of a mix on Saturday, but once we get up to about 4,000 feet on Monday, be in the form of rain. Take you off into Lassen Park, Lake Almanor. You see temperatures there in the upper 50s around the lake there, about 61 degrees out in Chester. Take you to the south, you can see Paradise, a high of 72, 61 in Mineral, and looks like Susanville, a high of about 62 degrees. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. We got temperatures in the mid, maybe some upper 70s. 76 degrees for Los Molinos and Hamilton City, 74 in Durham. Let's start off by taking a look at your 7-day forecast for Chico. We got dry conditions through Saturday. There's the rain on Sunday. Big drop in those temperatures over the weekend. Upper 50s continue. Maybe even a slight chance for showers on Monday. Let's take you up to the north. You got 73 degrees towards Whiskeytown, 74 degrees in Lakehead, 76 in Cottonwood and Palisadro, a high of about 77 degrees. And there's a look at your 7-day forecast for Redding. You got those mainly sunny skies here. Temperatures in the mid-50s on Sunday. You've got the showers. There's the rain on Sunday. Monday, maybe a chance for a few showers here and there, but overall not much. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, upper 50s. And looks like for now I'm going to keep you dry. But again, some of those long-range forecast models are having a bit of a difficult time with what's going on next week. But I'm not losing all faith that we won't see any rain, or that we'll see some rain here parts of next week. But even if we do, it doesn't look like we have anything all that impressive that would be heading our way. I think the main event over the next 7 days will be on Sunday, and that's when we can really see the best chance for some of that rain. We got Wanda saying good morning. Excuse me, my eyes just got a little itchy. Maybe it's the pollen. Who knows what's going on there. But that's going to do it for us, folks. Get out there and enjoy this beautiful weather. I'm really looking forward to it. I know many others are looking forward to it. Maybe go for a hike. I went for a nice little hike with the dog yesterday, and I'm going to try to do that again here for today. Although I do have a school visit shortly after noon. I'll, of course, post some pictures of that on Facebook and Instagram later on today. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, just get out there and enjoy it. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. So what do you say we wrap up the show, get you ready for the day, and we'll see you right here tomorrow morning on a Friday edition. Yes, finally Friday edition of Coffee with Krueger tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We'll see you then. Have a great day.